Hi there everybody, this is David, and welcome to my review of Fairy Tail 2, released for the PS4, the PS5, the Nintendo Switch, and the PC. This year could very well be like the last big release of the year, and it is a direct sequel to the original Fairy Tail released a couple of years back or so, but here I want to answer those questions. How's the gameplay? How's the story? Is it really an action RPG like they say that it is? And can it be enjoyed by somebody like me who's not really all that big into anime and has never seen the TV show? Well, come with me and let's find out. But first, I am trying to hit that 100,000 subscriber goal, and with your help, your like, and your sub, I just know that I can get there. So thank you so much for helping me out with that. And now, let's get started deep diving into Fairy Tail 2. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I am not one to watch anime. No joke, the only one that I've really ever watched with any sort of consistency was Sailor Moon back in high school. So no, I've never seen this TV show, I have no idea who these characters are, and it does pick up right at the start of the Alvarez Empire arc, which was the ending, not the beginning, of the original story. So I came into this not really knowing much at all about it and hoping that I would still have a good time. And I am happy to report that I definitely did. The game does do a good job of summarizing what happened in the previous entry, and not only that, but there's also kind of like an in-game encyclopedia that you can reference as well. During the dialogue, if you do see a term highlighted in yellow, you can just hit the down button and an explanation will pop up, kind of like the system in Final Fantasy 16, so this was extraordinarily handy to have for somebody like me. At the end of the day, the story isn't exactly the most complicated thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. You're just members of the Fairy Tail Guild, the good guys, and you're fighting against the evil Emperor Spriggan and his 12 little henchmen, the bad guys. All told, I pretty much knew exactly what was going on because, like I said, it's not exactly rocket science. So if you've never seen the show before but you do want to try out this game, hey, feel free. There's also 4 different difficulty levels that you can choose from Story, Balanced, Hard, and Ragnarok, so it can suit your playstyle. And there is voice acting too. Unfortunately though, it is only in Japanese, there's no English. However, the Japanese voice acting is done by the same people who voiced the characters in the original anime show, so it is very nice to have that consistency here. Not only is there a built-in encyclopedia during the storyline sequences, but if you do need further background information, there's also a database in the menu where you can read about the history of Fairy Tail and each of the party members' backstory too. You can also look at memories, items, and enemies. The world of Fairy Tail is here at your fingertips, but do be warned. If you're a noob like me, you can easily become overwhelmed by it all because there is quite a lot here. The cel-shaded graphics are absolutely beautiful, and honestly, it really reminded me of Dragon Quest VIII, as you get to explore the world of Fairy Tail in full 3D. Quite honestly, we have seen a lot of really frickin' cheap cash grab anime games this year, but I am happy to say this is not one of them. It just oozes quality from every pore. The zones are absolutely massive with tons to see and do, treasures to find, items to pick up, and secret areas to discover. As you wander around the map, your characters will talk to one another, utilizing a party chat system, but again, this will be in Japanese. So if you really do want to read it, you're going to have to stop and see what they're saying, unless you can do 2 things at once, but I can't. There is a mini-map on the screen as well as a larger map that you can look at, and you can change the character that you control and display at will, which is nice if you do want to see, some TNA. So that's your call as you run around the beautifully crafted world. Now, a lot has been said about the battle system, and quite honestly, I kind of feel like the reporting misrepresented what this game is all about. Because before I got my hands on it, I read article after article that stated that it went from a turn-based RPG to an action RPG. And I can tell you right now, that is not the case. This here is a turn-based RPG. So let's talk about the battle system now. Encounters are on screen, and you can compose a party of up to 3 different members. However, you can only control 1 party member at a time in battle. Your other 2 party members will be directed by AI. You'll begin by accumulating SP by using your regular attacks with the X button. Then you can combo that with more powerful attacks using the other face buttons. And when your powerful skills do hit the enemies, the break gauge will deplete, which is that yellow gauge at the top of the screen. Once that's fully broken, you and your allies will be able to perform powerful link attacks, and you can choose which attack that you would like to use, as they each have differing strengths and elements depending on the user, as well as bestowing various bonus effects to your team. So keep on combining and attacking and using these link attacks, and doing so will raise up your fairy rank. The higher your rank, the more damage your skills will do, and once the enemies are fully broken, they'll become temporarily immobilized, so you can deal a bunch of critical hits to them. All told, it's a lot of fun, and while they say that it is action, there's no moving around or anything else like that, so to me, you just kind of like stand there. It's totally turn-based. But also don't think that you can only control your hero alone, because you can easily switch and control the other party members in battle too if you're really fast. Then you can actually get to choose what all 3 characters do in battle before the AI takes over control for them. The battle system reminded me a lot of the system in Atelier Rise 3, which is a good thing because I loved the battle system there. Also, each character has their own unique elemental affinities, and you can switch your characters in and out of combat at any time. Also, each character has their own elemental affinities, and you can switch your characters in and out of combat at any time that you would like. So if you like bring in a whole bunch of like fire characters and then you find that the enemies are weak to ice and strong against fire, you're not screwed. You can just kind of like switch them all out real quick and then with a deep freeze on them. It's really nice because the game will tell you what these enemies are weak against. It is not a guessing game every time. And holla frickin' Luya! Even though you can only have 3 party members with you in battle, everybody gains experience points after battle, so don't worry about anybody becoming like under-leveled. There's also characters who cannot participate directly in battle, but if you do set them up as a support character, they'll come in and do things like heal you up, grant you buffs, or put up your status ailments. Not only that, but there is a pretty extensive skill tree system too that you can utilize, and you can go through and individually tweak each character to your liking, or you can just kind of like let the game do it for yourself, and considering there's like a billion characters who join up with you, you might just want to let the game deal with it. Now, I have been around the block a time or two. I've been playing these games for 40 plus years, so believe me, I have played my personal fair share of really frickin' crappy, cheap-ass cash grab anime RPGs, and I can tell you right now with confidence, this here is not one of them. You actually have a world to explore. You have a ton of characters with different abilities to use. There's no visual novel bullshit going on here. Combat is fast-paced and fun. The enemy variety is nice, and the storyline is well told. I had a blast with Fairy Tail 2, and I do think that you will as well, especially if you are a fan of the animated TV show. But even if you're not, and you just want like a solid turn-based RPG to sink your teeth into, then this is definitely the one for you. So that's it for my review of Fairy Tail 2 for the PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So now, I do want to ask you, what is your history with the Fairy Tail series or the cartoon show? Let me know in the comments and let's all talk and chat about it. And if you do like this video, here's another video that I really do think that you're going to enjoy. So please do be sure to check that one out. And as always, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and have a good day.